What's up, folks? I just stumbled across something really cool. I'm just fishing out here, just running the bank pretty much, and a group of bass busted some shad. So I went over there, and there's a whole school of bass down there, and I'm gonna try to catch them stroking a jig. You know, stroking a jig is, I don't know where it developed, but the first I heard of it was like on the Tennessee River on Kentucky Lake. You know, the guys would get out there on these ledges and they'd take a big heavy jig and they'd pop it up off the bottom. It's just a reaction strike. You know, those fish, sometimes if you just drag the jig through there, they won't really respond to it. They'll just kind of watch it go. But if you've got a group of fish, you know, a school of fish, and you pop that jig up, especially if they're maybe suspended a little bit up off the bottom, it makes them react. You know, it's up in their face and then it falls and they get interested in it, and it just takes one to get over there and grab it. And so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw this jig out there. I'm pretty sure I can get some fish to bite it. This could be really cool, this could not be really cool, but I think we're gonna catch something. The wind's blowing in here just perfect. I've got them located. We're kind of sitting on this little secondary point, and see what happens. Stroking a jig, just something you don't hear a whole lot about. Got him that time. Oh, I got off. Damn it. Damn it, boy. Work these suckers over. This is my football jig rod. I need my flipping rod to do this. Put me a new crawl on there. It's throwing a 1/2 ounce. This is a Cumberland Pro Lures Pro Caster. Black and blue, and then a little 3-inch Yama crawl in there. It's a great jig. I don't have it on the right rod. I got it on my football jig rod. And, you know, since we're stroking this, snapping it up off the bottom, I do need a little bit more backbone than a football jig rod, but, you know, this is just one of those things that just kind of happen. Got him. Ooh, good one. That is sick. I mean, you hunt, keep your head down, it's a good fish. Wad of them down there, man. Absolute wad of them. Come here, dang, that fish got some weight to him too. Look at that. Good fish on the old jigger. There you go. That is too fun. Way too fun. That line goes tick. Man, that fish wasn't coming off. That was awesome. God, how do you leave this? I mean, it's hard to not get up on this. God, I'll pull the damn rod out of my hand, young man. Oh, I got off. All right, we're going to continue continue to do this, we got to get the right rod for this. So I'm throwing a 3-inch Yama crawl, and it is green pumpkin blue. You know, I like a crawl for this stroking stuff, but you can, I mean, you can use probably a lot of different things. You could use a beaver, that kind of thing. But I think one thing you want is you want that action. Something with some flippers. When it's coming up, it's doing that, and when it's falling down, it's doing that. And I just think you can probably get a few more bites with some sort of a crawl type of deal. But we're just nothing fancy, man. We're just running it up on there like you do. Get it nice and centered. And I like that black and blue, green pumpkin, that contrast. It just kind of screams bluegill. God, they're dropping it now. This is perfect. We got the boat is on spot lock. They're kind of just scattered right out here, swimming back and forth. So we're just making the same kind of cast. Oh, there's one. I missed him. See, I pulled up, and it was heavy, and he dropped it. And that's going to happen after you catch a few of them. They get a little more finicky. At first, I mean, they'll grab and just hold on to it. So it's real important. After you catch a few, it's real important to get it back out there, and then it's real important to, you know, be ready, because they may not hold it as long as they did the first, you know, 5 or 6 that you catch. Man, that absolutely never gets old. I switched rods. I had the 7'4" football jig rod, and it's got a really soft tip. You know, it's made for throwing a 3/4 ounce football jig, really long cast, kind of a softer tip. It's a good Carolina rig rod, but we switched up to this as a purchased red diamond. This is the 7'3" medium fast Ranger, and it's got a little bit more backbone, and it's making a difference. I'm sticking them pretty good on that. Just got a 7-1 luge reel, and we're throwing 16 or 18 pound Sunline Sniper FC half ounce jig. You know, right now we're throwing up there, these fish are sitting like 8-9 feet, and half ounce will work just fine. Got a 3-inch Yama crawl on there. But a lot of times if you're fishing out there deeper, go to 3/4 ounce, or if you need a little bit more of a reaction strike, like if these fish quit biting, I could actually tie on a 3/4 or 1 ounce and maybe get them to react to a little bit faster fall. But for right now, the half ounce is working. So, you know, if you're out there in a little bit deeper water, go to that 3/4. Sometimes you even got to go to that 1 ounce. It's black and blue, you know, black and blue, 3-inch Yama crawl, green pumpkin. I like to mix that color up, and it is an absolute blast. Just like that. Got him. Pulled up. I felt him. I mean, get up in here. That's sick. That is sick. God, that never gets old. It's just cool because you don't have to sit there and like drag the jig really slow. Drag it. It's more exciting. Popping it up. It's getting feedback from the fish. And man, it's a good time, I'm telling you. There they are. They keep moving around. There's still plenty of them out there. That might be one right there on the fall. Nope. Come on, fishies. Up by the boat. See, you gotta be on your freaking toes. I guess those fish slid in there. These are all fairly good bass. All decent fish. So when you're stroking this jig, you know, you want to make a cast out there and give it some slack and just follow your line. Watch your line all the way down. If your line jumps or it stops and it's, you know, you don't feel like the jig is falling to the bottom, you want to set the hook, and then you're just reeling down to your line, and you're just popping it a couple times and just watch that line, kind of follow it down with your rod tip, and you're just waiting for it to either jump, or when you reel back down, it's just heavy. Sometimes you actually see them swim off with it. There's one right there. Oh, I missed him. Dang it. Like I just felt something chewing on that kind of. A lot of times, got my trailer all tore up. A lot of times you need to leave that jig in there. I reeled it in. I should have just kept it, you know, kept it down there because they're following it. But if you do need to reel it in quick, because, you know, that school will follow the bait back to the boat, and then, you know, once they get close to the boat, they're a lot harder to catch. But we've let it fall down. There he is. I got him that time. I just saw my line jump. That's all I saw. Actually pulled up, and my line just kind of jumped. And that's it. That's how you stroke that jig. It's fun. This is a half ounce, you know, half ounce to 3/4 or maybe even 1 ounce, depending on how deep you're fishing. I mean, those fish are in like 8 feet of water, so a half or a 3/4 will work. Black and blue, a little green pumpkin, Yama crawl on there. See if we can do it again, man. This is fun. The school's just kind of pushed in here. The wind's blowing right at us. Water's up, and we're right on the top of a point, like just a secondary point. And I saw bait. I saw them pushing bait. And that's the only reason I knew that they were there. So we're just reeling it down, following our line, popping it a couple times, and just follow that line down. A lot of times when you go to reel and pop it again, it'll just be tight, and that fish has grabbed it, and he's just holding it, and you just reel down and freaking let him have it. It's really fun, man. It is really fun. But you almost got to have a school around. Not necessarily. It's just straight reaction strike. So if you're around some bass, and they won't, you know, just dragging it around traditionally, and they won't hit it, you can do some little popping and some little stroking, and it does. It gets them going, man. It's fun. Another one. They just moved out there further. Little guy. All right, there we go. Hey, I forgot to tell you, I got a code now from Cumberland Pro Lures. I've been throwing their jigs for probably 6 or 7 years, and they're really, really good. They're made in America down in Georgia. Isaac's a really cool guy, the owner. But he gave me a code a little while ago, so it's THM15, and it gets you 15% off the Cumberland Pro jig. So if you want to try a couple, use that code on there. It helps the channel a little bit, but it helps you even more because you're going to save 15% off. And they're priced really reasonably anyway. There's, you know, several different colors. They got several different styles. This is the Procaster. This has been one of my favorite. You know, it's got a wire weed guard. That thing is mangled because I've caught a ton of fish. They've got the little runt finesse jig, which is another really good one. They got pig jig. They got several really good ones. So check them out and use that code THM15, save you 15. There he is. There he is. Get up in here. Man, it's fun. Should be like having to drag it around and count rocks. Urchin back going. Oh, nasty looking thing. It works. Got it. Stroke it, stroke it. Good old fish. One more. Give me one more. Moving on. That's a good one. Oh yeah. That fish freaking clobbered. Yeah, that's a good one. Good fish. He ate it too. Choked and moked it. Got him. Check that out, folks. Ate it, man. Hey, it's gonna wrap it up. It's fun. Stroking a jig, man. You know, I found these fish by just, they gave themselves away. You know, they started pushing shad and I slid over here and there's just a mother load of a school. That's a good fish. So it's a great way to, you know, if you got a lot of fish in a school, you don't have to drag a jig through them really slow. If you're just doing the singles thing, yeah, that's gonna be probably the way to do it. But when they're schooled up, they're aggressive, they're competitive, and you can pop a little jig up there and they'll grab it. And you know, the whole thing with fishing is, I always think the fastest way you can catch fish, the fastest, most productive way is the way to go. And snapping it, popping it, stroking it, whatever you wanna call it. It's just it's a lot faster than dragging it, and it's a blast. You know, this is just a casting style jig, a football jig, just whatever your favorite jig is, but something a little bit heavier, 1/2 ounce, 3/4, 1 ounce, some sort of a crawl, I think is the way to go. And get you a nice flipping stick. You know, this is a 7'3" heavy, so you know, you got some backbone when they do get it. And a lot of times right off the bat, the first couple fish are really aggressive, they'll hold on to it. But now these fish, I've caught several of them, they're grabbing it and I got to get them right off the bat. You know, they'll let it go. I've had several of them hit it and drop it. So you're watching your line, you know, you're pulling it up and you're kind of reeling down as you're following your line. If you see your line jump, you see it hesitate, you got to reel down and freaking jack them. It is fun. When you catch one, get it back out there. You get the school fired up. You hear people talk about it all the time. They're aggressive, they're in the feeding mood, and it's a blast. So thumbs up, till next time.